Josh Manson review and call?
I don't know. I didn't, like, I got one look at it on video, so I didn't see all the angles. Obviously, they went to review, so, I mean, I'll try to find some other angles tonight or tomorrow morning. But I just saw it. My first instinct was, well, Besser goes at him with the cross check, and he goes a little bit higher, and their arms ride up. I didn't think there was a lot there, but I haven't seen and watched through the video.
That's the second time in a couple weeks your team's overcome an ejection in the second period. What do you think that says about your group?
Well, yeah, like I thought we were here to play tonight, no question. Loved our first. The second, it's just so hard. They outplayed us in the second, but half of that time it was all power plays. We had some short power plays, and it's like it was just changing. We had half our team sitting on the bench in the second period, and most of those guys are our top guys because they're not out there all the time, power play or penalty killing and whatnot. So I thought it was tough to get back into it, and then it seemed like we just the urgency to our defending wasn't there for a couple shifts, but then the period was over. So I wanted our team to reset and get back to what we were doing in the first period to finish the game, and I thought our team played hard in the third and did a lot of good things, and the whole lineup too. So we got some guys back into the game, and we were able to secure the win. We had a nice effort from a lot of guys tonight throughout our lineup.
What's the key to getting that rhythm back that you did when you were talking to them?
Well, I mean, just making sure that we have specific sort of keys that we give them at the start of the game that we feel like can help us. Part of it starts with our checking and skating to check and the physicality to it. Another sign of your work ethic is your forecheck and coming up with pucks when you got to put them in. And we did that at a good clip tonight, probably in the first and part of the third as well. So you kind of just breaking the game down into a couple of areas that they can focus on, the competitive areas especially, and then we feel like our skill can kind of take over a little bit. But you want to make sure you're putting the work before the skill.
Right. Makar's on an 8-game point streak. He's got 18 points in that span. Just how important has he been during this stretch, and how impressive is that?
Oh, well, extremely impressive, number one. It's important. I think it's important. Everyone's not always going to be riding a hot streak, even your top guys. But, you like to think that you get a couple of guys hot, that especially the big difference makers, and if they cool off a bit, then someone else kind of takes over. But he's been a constant for us, and I mean, we need that. We especially you look at some of the guys that are out of the lineup. Every team gets injuries, but it's key guys that do a lot for us that are out of the lineup. So it's good. You're short a D or two, and you're especially tonight when you lose Mance, you need other guys to step up. So it's a heavy workload, and it was an impressive game from them.
So you're not looking on Connor tonight?
Yeah, lower body, day to day. Yep.
Two-parter, Val, when he was pulled after that thing in front of the net with the, I forget the player, but when the went down, was that the concussion spotter, or were you guys?
No, it was that he was getting, I think he got stitches in his mouth. He was getting some work done before he could come out. Yep.
And then secondly, McKinnon was being looked at by the doctors right now post-game. Do you know if it's from the shot that he blocked or anything, or no?
I do not know. Yeah, I haven't got word after the game yet from trainers. Yeah.
You mentioned the skill, but what goes into a night like tonight where you have 3 goals that are 8 feet in front of the net, all tips, or 2 tips and a
It's where the bulk of the goals are scored, right? That's the reality. So having some guys get there, that's one of the, take Tufty goal, right? I mean, this is a big body guy. We've talked about his strengths, his top of the circles down, getting into that area of the ice. He's got a great shot as well. So, I mean, it's not like he can't score from distance, but, getting into that area, it's an effective way to play. Dallas Stars, they do it all the time. Get it to their points and then crash 3 to the net, and they're highly effective. You were missing a couple of guys out of our lineup that like to go there and are good at going there, but we've also had some other guys step up recently in that area. Johansson, Val, guy like Riley comes in. Drew does a really nice job on the first one, hanging around, gets lost a little bit and comes back with great timing to the net front, gets a deflection goal. I mean, you have to go there if you want to score.
How's Stufty dealing with the back and forth, up and down?
Well, pretty good. Like I thought, just this quick summary on his play. He's played 3 games, I think, prior to tonight. The first one was outstanding, difference maker the whole time. Second one was a little step down. I'd say it was a good game. Third one I didn't think was very good at all. He goes back down. He's always responded well going down and playing hard. And then he comes up tonight in a game that we're really hungry to win, and he plays really well again. So I like the longer he spends here, the more times he's here. I like to see the consistency, stay at like 85% of his best game or better all the time. So, but it's a young guy coming into the league really, for one of his first opportunities. So hopefully we get there.
A few last ones, Colleen.
Jared had 2 points tonight. What did you think of his game? I mean, you talked a little bit about his goal earlier.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I think I touched on it the other day. Someone asked me, but his game's starting to come. You can see the more quickness, hungrier in puck battles. He's coming up with some pucks, forecheck, neutral zone forecheck. I'd say he's been on a steady improvement in the last 5-6 games, and you can start seeing his skill come out. So it's good time for him to start ramping up his game for us.
Okay, thanks, Jared.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.